Hi, host Eric here. Host Talking with Famous People. I'm pleased to say I believe I have something meaningful to contribute to the discussion on FI finally. So, in the brief conversation before it got cut off last night regarding introverted feelings with Basement Overlord, who picked the topic, and Metasoap, I indicated a statement that said, I don't remember exactly what it said, but what I meant and the gist of what I wanted to get across was this. Introverted feeling is managing other people, or let's say making decisions about other people based on how other people make you feel. You have introverted feeling, you're making decisions about other people based on how they make you feel. If you have extroverted feeling, you're trying to manage other people by managing how they feel. So, you will make decisions about other people well, I make decisions about other people based on a number of factors. I guess it depends on the role, but I don't really make decisions about people. I just interact with them. And sometimes I'll make a decision about a person, but in that case, they got to be kind of a marginal case, somewhere along the margins, somewhere an outlier of some sort, extremely annoying or whatever. I really make my decisions about people based on two factors: utility and what I consider reasonableness. Willingness to speak truth. That's not the most comfortable truth necessarily. An introverted feeler and an extroverted feeler interacting with one another, you might think that, oh, that's perfect. One wants to be made to feel good, and one wants to make other people feel good. It doesn't really work like that. The introverted feeler wants the extroverted feeler to believe, to know, to feel in their heart that this other person that they're with, that other person's most honest and true form, when they're not displaying, that thing makes them feel good. But see, extroverted feelers are trying to manage that, which to introverted feelers is going to seem inauthentic. So it's important to them why you do something. It's not particularly important to me why you do something if I understand the impacts of it. It doesn't matter. So, as an extroverted feeler then, emotions are those things that, for me, I'm not exactly so much explicitly trying to manage people through their emotions as I see emotions as something that are a signal to me that I need to behave differently because these people I'm not maintaining the goodwill that I want to maintain from these people. And so then I'll typically behave differently because obviously I need that goodwill. And that may sound selfish and calculated, but to me it just sounds like a perfectly reasonable explanation for why I adjust my behavior according to people's reactions. You might say that I'm being controlled by them and their reactions, or you might say that I'm managing them and their reactions. And from whose perspective you look, it depends on how much you metacognited about it as well. I think the party that metacognites more is probably the one who has more control, quote unquote. When dealing with an FI DOM, you're an FE user. It'd be interesting to watch an FE DOM and an FI DOM interact. But for an FE user who's not in the dominant, it's in my role slot, it's in the third slot. It's confusing. It's like you keep talking past each other, you know? You're trying to say, what makes you happy? What do you want me to do to make you happy? And they keep trying to find out, without you doing anything, are you somebody who makes me happy? Now, granted, it's probably only for FI DOMs who believe in this weird universe in which other individuals, where time doesn't come into play, where we sort of assume that I can get a feel for somebody and understand how that person's going to make me feel for a long time. Just operate on that assumption once I understand how I feel about somebody. Well, or how somebody makes me feel. Whereas for the FE DOM, how somebody makes me feel is going to be a matter of, somebody makes me feel bad, I'll tend to respond by saying, wow, that guy really hates me, or like, he won, that sucks, I'm going to get him back. That's just very much a possibility. You made me feel bad. And that goes, but it takes a big thing. You have to succeed on a big level for it to stick with me. It can't just be a little miniature battle you win here and there. People win battles against me all the time. But if you win a big one, then it goes in my book of debts owed to me, which is I plan to go at some point. This could be 10 years from now. I'm going to get them back. So anyway, that's an FAU thing. I'm hurt, and my inclination is how they feel about me. And then how I'm going to manage their feelings. Oh, well, I'm going to make them hurt. A FI person would say, you make me feel bad, and typically would just sever relations with that person, and then that's it. There's no revenge. That person's not worried about the other guy's feelings. They're worried about their own feelings and how they feel right now. They might feel a craving for justice or revenge if they were seriously wronged, I guess. But to me, that feels like an FE thing, because you're worried about the other person's feelings and managing them. That's how you deal with other people. That guy's a bad guy. I'm going to manage that by making his feelings hurt as badly as I can. And, that's how I deal with other people. Because FE is in the third slot. If I dealt with other people, FE in the first slot, I have no doubt that it would be much more, probably the same, but even more so. In general, I deal with people in a very positive way, because I don't care how they make me feel as long as they're useful and not difficult and fun and stuff like that. Then they make me feel fine. My feelings are hard to hurt with stuff that maybe hurts a lot of other people's feelings. I tend to be pretty honest about all my own shortcomings for that reason, in part. I don't want to be vulnerable. Anyway, that's it for my thoughts on FI and FE. I think that sums up pretty well my current thinking on it anyway, knowing that my thinking on these things always evolves. That seems a pretty good explanation. Thanks for watching, Talk About People, and I've been host Eric, and you have been a viewer.